What's up, everybody? Today we are going to be tie-dyeing a spiral design with 4 colors from Tulip's one-step tie-dye kit. Normally you'd need soda ash as well, but Tulip already added that to the colored powder, hence one step. So we are going to be doing things the easy way today and just using these 4 colors here, and that's basically all you need. So let's get started. As you can see, I'm going to be tie-dyeing a white shirt with a Selena graphic for the customer. As you can see, I'm going to be using a white t-shirt here with a Selena graphic on it to tie-dye a spiral onto it. Now, I'm going to be doing that spiral off-center here because I don't want her face to be too bombarded with this spiral design that I'm going to be placing there. If I had the middle on her face, it would have every single color going directly into it, whereas this will likely just have 1 or 2 colors actually going through her actual face. But I'd like you to be able to somewhat see who's on this t-shirt. As you're rotating your hand, you'll want to keep lightly pulling the area you're targeting out from the center to help create those peaks and valleys. So as you can see, I'm basically I'm pulling the shirt around it, but I'm also pulling it out away from the center as I'm doing it. And that is what is going to give you your colored peaks. All right, let's speed this up. And now for the tying part, or I guess banding in this case. I'm going to use 4 rubber bands to not only hold the spiral together tightly, but also to create 8 sections. This will help to identify your sections and take out all the guesswork. You do not want to be in the middle of dyeing and not be exactly sure where your 8 sections are. It does just make it that much easier. So I would suggest doing it in that fashion and not just doing it all willy-nilly. And as I start to finally place the rubber bands over the shirt, you will notice that I will put one hand down to the ground and then kind of place it to where I'm putting it on top of the peak of the spiral on the outside, so that as I swing it around in the same direction that my spiral goes, I'm able to keep the spiral tight and not be loosening it as I am banding it. And if you keep that rubber band or hemp or whatever it is that you're using to tie your shirt, if you keep that flat to the ground, at least on part of it, it will slide under your shirt or your tapestry or whatever it is that you're trying to tie nice and easy. Now, I got some of these tips from some other tie-dye people on here. I think Mr. Tie-Dye is the one who I've watched the most, and I really love his techniques. Be it I may not do everything the same, I am learning, and he is a wonderful place to go to for just that. All right, let's speed this puppy up. Look at that. We've got shirt number 2 here today as well. This is a heavily medicated shirt. I will also be doing a spiral on this one. My technique is basically the same as the last one, so we will just speed this thing right up. I'll once again be placing the rubber bands on this shirt the same way I did the last one. 4 rubber bands makes 8 sections, and you can use 4 different colors to color that shirt and make a awesome spiral. So here we go. So now I can begin coloring both shirts. Now, when I do this, I'm going to start within one of these sections that I've made with the rubber bands, and then I will do the opposite of that section, as you can see right there, as I start to color the opposite of the first section that I did. And I will do that with both shirts and each color on both shirts. And you do want to make sure that when you flip the shirt over, as I've done here, you're coloring the same section underneath that you did on top. Now we can bag these shirts up and get them set to cure in these Ziploc bags or any plastic bags that you've got. Just basically, you don't want your shirts to dry or the dye to dry onto your shirt. So if you put them in a bag, it'll hold the humidity a little better. You let them sit for 24 hours. Some people will do 48. Some people will only do 6. I like to do the 24-hour mark. As of right now, I've found that works perfectly fine for me. I would say do as you please. Use your own judgment here. Time for the rinse and the reveal. Now, it is not going to be quite the dry reveal when I do so, but it gives you an idea of what the colors are going to look like after the wash, though they will not be quite as dark or bright, all depending on which colors you use. During the rinse, I actually kind of like to start off with some cold water and just kind of rinse through. I'll leave the rubber bands on for a little bit, just at first, and then as I change the temperature of the water to a little bit warmer, I will actually start taking the rubber bands off. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm also going to end up making sure that my water will run practically clear when I get done rinsing out each shirt before I put it in the wash. And I am once again starting out with cold water, going to medium, and then going to hot. I'm about to give us a quick peek here in just a little bit of the wet reveal, as I like to call it. And there we go. That's the front. Here's the back, not looking too bad. Here we are with the Selena shirt, and I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to start out with that cold water while it's banded up, trying to rinse as much of that color out at first as I can. As I'm doing it, I will be taking the rubber bands out in order to get more and more color to come out of these sections that have been tightly bound together. Then I will be raising the temperature of the water to medium and then to hot as I go through. I'll make sure the color runs as clear as possible. Now, blues do happen to stay pretty dark the whole time. My tub is still blue. So that's that. Here we have the reveal. You guys got to let me know what you think about this Selena spiral tie-dye shirt in the comments. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, also let me know, because I'm always willing to learn. So here we have the heavily medicated spiral tie-dye reveal right here. Front, the back. Let me know in the comments what you think, huh? And here you have the design actually being worn. Yeah, now if you like that Selena shirt, if you like that heavily medicated shirt, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I'll be trying to post weekly on here, so keep coming back. Hope you have a good one. Latos.